like a full face of makeup on when we were with Heather, and Heather goes, "Oh, it's so nice to see Gretchen barefaced," and I was like, "What are you talking about? She's got an inch of foundation on."
Virtual Reality.
Emily Simpson from the Real Housewives of Orange County. Danny and I are so excited to chat with you. We're so excited that Orange County season is back, baby.
I know. Doesn't it feel like there's so much time in between?
Yes.
It's like,
Time,
Thing. And we were saying, whenever you and Gina come in here, we just have so much fun. Like, we were talking for like 15 minutes before. We're like, oh, we forgot to start the interview.
I thought it was over. I thought I was done.
Do you wish this season of Orange County is over, even though we have so much to get through? Because it seems like a lot is going on.
There's a lot going on, and I feel like you have to, I mean, it just gets better and better.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
It seems like it's,
Because I feel like every time there's something new or a new conversation or something else arises and I'm just, you know.
It seems like
I'm intrigued about what's going on.
No, it's already off to a very intriguing start. This week's episode, the fallout between you and Katie continues. Well, it seems like there was sort of like hope for reconciliation at the hot
there's
pot.
no hope.
No hope. There's no, okay.
Where did you see that?
Well, you did go to the meal. And
Because
what was your intention?
I'm a professional.
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
you are. Okay. She means business.
And also, did you go to the meal because you're like, oh, I know Gina's going to bring up the Shannon video, so I want to be front and center for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I was like, I know that's going to come up. So
Now, I did laugh that, I'm like, of course you were the first person to show up. It was Katie and then you. You sliding down.
I know. First of all, I'm never late, ever. You can ask anyone. 7 years, I have never been late to anything, not one time. So, of course, everyone else is late. I show up. I'm like, how is it possible? I'm the first person here. I have to go sit down. It's so awkward. I don't even know what to do with myself.
It was rough. And then it seems like you guys just don't know what to do with each other because the back and forth with Katie, because I know in the first episode there was no cell reception, so she couldn't show proof of everything like that.
I don't know. I feel like other people were managing to get cell reception.
Okay. But then, I mean, throughout the season, I'm sure she is in places where her phone works.
Yeah.
Does she try to prove herself to you, like, to be absolved of guilt? Or does she kind of, because I think she's kind of like owning it a little bit where she's like, I thought it was, what did she say, eat or be eaten? Do you, like, what were you thinking of her, like, justification?
Her explanation has been very layered. Do you buy any part or piece of it?
No, nothing.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing. No. I mean, I feel like I had her number a while ago.
From the jump.
Yeah. But, you know, when you're asking, like, does she come, there's so much more that it's never ending. And that whole eat or be eaten, like, that's a lame excuse. Look, you're here on this, you know, in this group of people because we're supposed to be friends. That's how, that's what makes it successful, because people watch because they're invested in our friendships. It doesn't mean that you try to outdo everyone or out-deceit everyone. It doesn't work like that.
Were you surprised that she came back? I mean, I know that she has somewhat of a strong friendship with Jen, who I sort of thinks she's a con artist, and she can't remember if she called her that or not. I mean, but other than her friendship with Jen, you know, you mentioned that she doesn't seem to be close with anyone. Were you surprised that she came back?
I was, because you have to understand what you guys see is so minimal compared to what we see and what we're exposed to. And I always felt as if she was very quiet and very meek on camera and not opinionated, didn't really say much. They would show her just making expressions. If you look at group events, it would just be like, you know, like an expression, because I feel like that's all they had to show. Then she got very ballsy in confessionals, which, you know, and, you know, I think you can give someone, you know, the benefit of the doubt, because it is hard to fit in. I feel like it took me a while to get to the point too, but I was always working towards having a friendship with these women. Always. I was always trying to resolve things. I was always trying to be friends, because I knew once they let you in and there's a dynamic there, then that's good. That's what people want to see.
Right. And she's also friends with Gretchen, who's
Did that shock you?
back on the scene. What do we think of Gretchen and Katie linking up?
Well, it didn't shock me about the Katie situation, because I knew Gretchen and Jen had connected in, like, their mutual hatred for Tamara,
of course.
So, and then I realized that Katie just came along in that because she and Jen, you know, did things socially together, just the two of them. So I feel like that trio kind of made sense.
How is, because I know you even mentioned in this episode in a confessional that you one of your main moments of friction with Tamra was when you were closer with Gretchen. Are we still doing that juggling now?
No, not at all. Okay. I think when I first met Tamra, it was around the same time that I met Gretchen. I didn't realize that they had such bad blood.
Okay.
Yeah,
and then it...
You haven't seen those seasons.
No. When I say I don't watch the show,
Right.
I mean I don't watch the show. Yeah. So I wasn't aware of like how intense it was.
Okay.
And I actually met Gretchen through Tamra indirectly, because remember Tamra had the good friend Ricky that was in her wedding?
Yes.
I went to his birthday party and I met him through Tamra, and then Gretchen was at his birthday party.
Oh, sure.
And Gretchen and I connected on this IVF journey, kind of. We had that in common.
Yeah.
We were talking about that, and that's how she and I connected and became friends. I didn't realize how intense the hatred was, because then me being friendly with Gretchen bothered Tamra, caused issues. But I mean, that was like 10 years ago.
Right.
Tamra and I have clearly moved on since then, and have a different relationship outside of that.
And it seems to, because like Heather is able to maneuver both of them.
Yeah, Heather does that well.
What do we think about that?
I think Heather has no reason not to like Gretchen.
Okay.
And she and Tamra are friends, so I think Heather tries to navigate it safely.
Okay. When Danny chatted with Tamra recently, she sort of implied that that Gretchen flopped harder than Alexis did. What's your opinion?
I don't know. I don't have any idea. Alexis was just like, Alexis could never pivot. So that was just, I knew that was not going to be good, because it's like, you can be crazy and have all these feelings, but if you can't ever pivot from that and you're just stuck on the John Jansen Express and you just can't get off of that, it doesn't work. Gretchen, I would say, was better at... Well, she made an effort to be friends with everyone, and that's really what you should be doing.
Yeah,
because Alexis is kind of there to be like John Jansen's PR.
Right. And I never felt like Alexis. I mean, she was friendly with Jen, and like I think with Katie, and she and Tamra had some weird relationship that I still don't really understand. But I don't feel like she was really putting herself out there to try to establish relationships. You're right. She was there on a PR tour. Right.
And it ended.
Did not go well.
And she got fired.
Yeah. Oh.
Right.
Poor Alexis.
Yeah.
I know, poor Alexis, and also poor Shannon having to deal with Alexis at the green screen moment.
Yeah.
That, I mean, because me and Evan were going back and forth about the reasoning Katie gave.
Are you talking about the filming?
The filming and then the voice memo.
Yeah.
To Matt.
Yeah.
I wasn't understanding it. It was kind of reminding me of Brittany Bateman from Salt Lake City when she was trying to explain why she was filming the girls in the Sprinter van. What do you think happened?
I think, first of all, Shannon has many moments like that. That's why the rest of us are unfazed.
Right.
I mean...
Well, also, I'm like, it's funny Katie was telling me, I'm like, that's just the show.
I was like, that's just Shannon being Shannon. I would have just walked around her. It wouldn't have even fazed me. I mean, I've seen so many of those moments, but not one time have I ever felt compelled to take out my phone, record her without her knowing it, and then share that. That's where the deception, that's where it's like, what was your intent? Why are you secretly recording her? She doesn't know you're doing that. You're showing Matt. I mean, Heather and Tamra both told me that she also played it for Alexis. So it was like, it was dirty.
And also it's a thing too where it's like people were saying, oh, Tamra, you're just doing that to be messy. But like, I feel with a Dubrow cosign on top of that, no one can really...
Heather cosigns. So when Heather cosigns, I'm like, okay, then that's
a multi-million-dollar cosign.
That's a pretty accurate cosign right there.
I mean, is there a learning curve though during your first few years of housewifery where you make mistakes? Is there anything from your first few years that you're like, damn, I can't believe that like I did that? That's a little cringe now.
I do believe that there's a learning curve where you're just trying to learn how to fit in.
Yeah.
And so you might try this or try this or you're trying different avenues of finding your place. But finding your place and fitting in doesn't mean doing
like secretly recording people or
deceptive things to people.
Bloggers in touch with the nan. It's darker than normal. Tamra also told you that the season ends in a really dark place. What can you tease that people were crying?
That's never happened before in Housewives history.
No, it was awkward. It was an awkward ending. It was I'm never at a loss for words, and I usually can assess the situation and have an opinion about it. This I didn't even know really what to say. It was very awkward.
Oh, is it awkward and like I'm embarrassed for someone, or awkward and like I'm uncomfortable being here?
I was uncomfortable.
Oh God.
Really?
Yeah.
Has it fractured the group, or is everybody in the group close besides one person because of it? Or like, did it? You know
I would say it fractured the group, but not in a way where we're not friends. It fractured the group in a way where we're all confused, and I don't think we know exactly our position or where to go with it.
Are we waiting for the reunion to get answers?
I think we'll have to, because I don't know. And I don't know if you can get answers. I don't know if it's something, because I feel like if it was something that you could get answers, that I would have done that.
Oh, you would have tried. Okay.
Or we would have, solidified it, figured it out, and had like a very straight answer.
Right.
I just feel like it was very gray and convoluted and confusing.
Okay, well, I'm excited to see this great convoluted situation play
I
out.
know. I'm also excited to get your thoughts on a wedding bikini.
Oh,
Wedding
yes.
bikini.
What do you think?
Like Jen wearing a wedding bikini?
Yeah, it's very Pamela Anderson. I was trying to sell Danny on the idea. He's not a fan. He's not a fan.
No, not for you.
Not for me.
Well, Jen wears bikinis all the time.
And when you have a body
and I feel
like that.
she's very comfortable in it. So, like, if she feels confident and pretty, and then I think she should.
I am curious your thoughts, because this moment because of course, Tamara and Heather, when they're together, they can be silly, they can be messy, but I know you struggled last year with some comments you felt from Heather were body shaming or making you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
What was your take on, because Tamara and Heather, when Tamara was telling Heather, Jen wants my life, this was her before weight loss, before her lip surgery and everything like that.
Yeah. Did they refer to it as a fatty photo?
They didn't
They said
say
it was a
that.
bigger photo. I think she was...
Yeah, just language was used that implied, that made it clear that she has lost weight.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I was never privy to that original conversation. I do hear about it later, and it gets kind of condensed into like it was a fatty photo of Jen, and I said that I didn't like that at all, because one, Jen's beautiful regardless. I don't care if she's 20 pounds heavier or she looks like she does now. And as women, we go through many stages of life where we're heavier and we're thinner. We have children. she gave birth to 5 kids, right? Or 4. I'm sorry, she adopted her youngest, but her body's been through so much, and she trains, and then we get hungry and eat cereal at night. It's just I just don't like the comments that have to do with her weight.
And also because it's a thing where like Tamara was making a lot of points that were making sense about her feelings with Jen, and then that was the moment where I was like, oh, I was like, it felt like she didn't need to.
Yeah,
And
like
also-
that took it too far. Like you didn't have to go there.
And
Like,
also she was in a pep
you were
run
fine
sp-
with the hair extensions and like all
I was
that.
like,
Okay, all right.
when me and Tamara were here, we were talking about Gretchen Rossi's hair and clothes.
Yeah.
Oh,
The clothes.
Do you have thoughts on her? Because didn't Tamara say she's stuck in 2012?
Yeah, because I asked her which is worse, and she said she couldn't pick. It's both so bad. And then she was talking
Danny's
about...
so messy. When I'm not with him, he
he was
goes
getting
off
his
the
veneers
rails.
that day.
Gretchen. Well, her hair. I think her hair.
It looks healthy.
It
The
does look
blonde
very
is
healthy.
beautiful.
Yeah, she does have good blonde. You never can see regrowth. I don't
No,
understand that.
there's not one root in sight.
No, I don't understand it. She must like color it weekly, because I don't know how you don't get any kind of regrowth. And it doesn't move. I make fun of it. I call it like a helmet. Like I say, she's like a Lego, like where you just put the hair on.
It really is that, yes.
Yeah, like you just wake up, put your Lego hair on, and it doesn't move
But
all
how
day
nice.
long.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think it looks good. Now,
The clothes?
I can never tell if it's a costume or if it's like, I can't ever tell. I make lots of comments. I mean, I do.
Is there?
Does she have a stylist, or is this all DIY?
I don't know. I would say no, unless, I mean, I have to give her props for like putting herself out there. Like every time I see her, it's a new, like a new.
Is there one
Paisley
costume?
cardigan.
Yeah,
Is there one costume from this season that sticks out to you the most? Maybe the most memorable costume
Yeah,
she
well,
wore?
there's one where we actually get in an argument, but it looks very Little House on the Prairie. Like I thought she was going to get in a covered wagon and leave the argument. So there was that one.
Okay.
There's another one where it's like a mix between like I don't know, like Hamburglar and maybe
I cannot.
like Sherlock Holmes.
Not
kinda
that
mix.
combo.
Wow. Okay. So she's so creative.
It is creative. I'm like I say these things to her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, like we joke and like,
Yeah.
and she'll even make jokes when she puts something on, and she'll be like, "I knew Emily was going to say something," and I'm like, "You
Oh,
bet
maybe
I
she's
am."
like doing it
Yeah,
for
she's
you
doing
at
it for
this
you.
point.
Yeah. So I mean, it's fun. Like we have fun with
Okay,
it.
that's good. And I'm glad her and Tamara are reuniting IRL, because Tamara does love to ask where her nostril went.
Oh,
She-
yeah.
Yeah, she's
Heather
very
got-
situated on the nose. Yes.
Yeah,
It
and I
is
have to
there.
say,
The filters, like, she likes a good
But
filter.
do you know what's crazy
like,
is
in the show, Gretchen's
yeah,
stunning.
right on the show in HD. Like she really doesn't need those
Yeah.
filters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She does a good job with her makeup. She really does.
Yeah. Okay.
No, she
Was that
does.
shade?
No, I wasn't trying to. She does.
Emily, you can't help yourself.
She
She does a great job with the makeup. It looks great with the costumes.
she does an amazing job doing her makeup.
Her makeup
She really
does look really nice.
She had like a full face of makeup on when we were with Heather, and Heather goes, "Oh, it's so nice to see Gretchen barefaced," and I was like, "What are you talking about? She's got an inch of foundation on."
But it looks good,
But
right?
it looks amazing. Like she
Yeah.
does a really good job.
Okay.
I just don't have the time. I just can't do it.
Oh.
Either someone did my makeup or I have none on.
What's your approach to glam in season? Like, are you getting it done before just a regular shoot that's like, we're not going to dinner, we're not doing a special event, we're just hanging out with
You know,
Shane?
here's the thing. I feel like I definitely get glam when we have an all-cast event because
Yeah.
you know it's going to be a long episode. You know you're going to be on a lot. When it comes to like more smaller scenes, I usually just don't have any, or I put on a little bit myself, and then I regret it later when I do. Like when I'm flipping through Instagram and I'm like, oh. I really should have put more makeup on, but whatever.
Wait, and I mean, because you said you went to Hop Hop because you wanted to watch, I mean, the Shannon Katie of it all. And it seems that next week they go at it. Are they combative the rest of the season? Is this like a whole situation?
Yeah. I mean, you know Shannon.
Yeah. She's not letting this go.
No.
And she
No.
probably just feels so burned after having a secret recording situation play out last season. She's probably
Yeah.
like, what the hell? Can
also-
people stop recording me?
Yeah.
How earlier in the episode she sat down with Katie to give her tips and advice to be
Yeah.
friends with the ladies.
So she probably feels really
It's like
burned.
the worst time. Yeah.
Well, you know, it's the same thing with like the nanny situation that I
Yeah.
went through. It's such a violation of privacy. Like to know that someone was in my home and spent a week taking care of my children, but then shared photos of my kids in the inside of my house with Katie to prove that like she was in my house. Like that feels so gross to me. You know what I mean? And this was when my kids were 6 and 8. This was 3 years ago when this happened. It was when Shane and I went to Dubai. So it's like this woman's been sitting on this for like 3 years waiting for an opportunity to like interject herself into.
And like, what was she looking for? Did she think she's gonna get cast?
I just think I don't know. I feel like she just felt like she had some like nugget of information or knowledge that she had personal knowledge of me. So she wanted to like, you know,
Right.
put that out
Have you
there.
reached out to her to be like, hey, what the...
I actually did before I had an attorney send a cease and desist. I actually did reach out to her because I thought I sent her screenshots of like all the articles and stuff that people were posting.
Yeah.
And then she didn't reply. And then I said something back like, you know, you'll hear from my attorney. Because you know what I really wanted? I would have never done anything if she would have said, you know what, I'm so sorry. I got carried away. I didn't realize I was going to get, you know, into this, or they were going to publish things or whatever. And I would have accepted that. I would have been like, well, that was a crappy thing to do, but like, I understand. And I would have moved on. But she just like came back at me and was like, you know, I don't know. She just said like really crappy things. And then the last thing she said, which really, I don't know. She said, I'm surprised you even know who I am.
What?
And I thought, oh, so you walked away from this situation taking care of my kids, like upset that we weren't friends or something. Because I
so
paid her. She
weird.
did a great job taking care of my children.
Yeah.
I paid her. No problem. Saw her multitudes of times after that. Was great to my kids. So it just didn't make any sense. So I understand, the whole point of this was, I understand how Shannon feels because it's such an invasion of privacy to think that someone would do that to you.
And also like the invasion of privacy, like to document your kids.
Right.
That is...
Right.
Yeah.
And I hate that this has come up as you're dealing with so much on the show as it pertains to your, you know, kids.
Yeah, and I had so much going on with Luke. I was like, are you kidding? Like now I'm like put in this position where I have to deal with this woman from 3 years ago, and you know, it was just, I just don't want to be put in that position. And that's why I was saying if Katie would have just ignored her, then she would just go away. But you've given her a platform and now I have to deal with her.
Have you been hearing from other parents out there who have children who are also suffering with ARFID?
Yeah, it's been so overwhelming. I can't even keep up with all the messages. It's so, you know, because I hesitated during the season. Like, how much should I share? Am I doing the right thing? And then me sharing and being just so raw about everything I was going through, I have gotten so many messages from moms. I mean, I would tell you thousands, and I can't even keep up with them. It's just so many.
I didn't even know that this was a thing, so you're probably educating so many people.
Yeah, that's what so many people have said.
Like, I didn't realize that maybe like my kid had this, and then they probably went to a doctor and realized that they did have it. How is Luke doing now? Better?
He's better, but I also recognize that him being better is because I'm not filming and he's not in school. And those were two really big stresses for him. He was having a really hard time with me filming because he was going through some severe separation anxiety and OCD issues and all these things, along with the eating disorder. So he was having a hard time with me being gone.
Okay.
And not even being gone. I think it's just the filming was very difficult for him because he likes to know where I am and when I'll be home. And it was so hard
You don't know when mom's going to be home.
I don't know. And, you know, it's organic, so the schedule changes a lot.
Right.
And that was hard on him. And school was really difficult. He didn't want to go to school anymore. And so now it's summer. So he's not in school.
And you're home a lot.
And I'm home a lot.
That's nice.
So we've been able to manage him really well. Now, of course, he has to go back to school in August, so I'm concerned about that.
Right. How has Shane sort of stepped in, and like how does he help you? How does he support you?
Shane has been amazing. I feel like in the beginning there was a disconnect between him and Luke because he just, and I understand because I felt the same way when we have these behavioral issues with a child. You know, a lot of times you think, well, I don't want to give them attention because I don't want to encourage it, and I don't know if they deserve it because they're acting out and they're not, you know, behaving properly. And I think Shane and I went to therapy together and learned that Luke operates differently, and that when he acts out or when he has issues or where he gets stuck into something, he needs praise and he needs calm. And so we've learned ways to go on walks, to take a bath, to lay with him, to hug him. He has to have his system regulated and calmed.
And I feel too, even in the first 2 episodes, I would assume, I don't know, but Shane was kind of maybe in like a processing disbelief of the severity of everything, because he kept on, like when you guys were in the car this episode, where he was like, oh, it was just one time, it'll be okay, it'll be okay, which is a defense mechanism. So I feel probably just having to talk with you more about it probably helped him understand more.
Yeah, and I think the more we learn and the more we go to therapy and the more we end up taking, you know, Luke to an expert and we do a lot of diagnostic testing with him, I think then as it goes on, Shane starts to realize that this isn't just like he's being bad today or, you know, that caused friction between the two of us because I'm a mom. I can feel it. You know, I have this intuition that it's way more than just, you know, he's off today. Right. And then Shane's always like, it's fine. And I'm like, no, it's not.
You're like, be here.
Right.
And I mean, obviously, every season on Orange County, I feel like you're no bull, but I feel when you're dealing with like actual stuff in your family, has the no bull tolerance raised even more?
It really did. You know, there were so many times, like, because I was dealing with so much with Luke this whole season, you know, and then we would be on a girls' trip or something, and I'm just like, really?
Yeah, right. It actually probably made it easier to process the drama, or just like let it
and that's true, because in a lot of ways it's like you put things in perspective and you realize like you're just on a girls' trip with a bunch of crazy women and it's really not that deep, and you know, it could be way worse. So like, let's move on.
That's right. Other than Gina, obviously, she's your ride or die, your bestie. Who else were you able to lean on among your cast members during the early stages of Luke's situation?
Heather, I was really close with Heather too. I mean,
that's
Heather,
good. I love that because you guys have had your ups and downs, but you're in a stable place with Heather.
As a trio is pretty great. Yeah, I do love that. Yeah,
no, I love Heather, and I feel like any of the issues that Heather and I have had is just because we're so different. We're just such different human beings. But at the end of the day, like, I really consider her one of my best friends. I would reach out to her about parenting, marriage. I mean, she has such a great marriage. She's such a great mom. I even called her the other day because I had some issues with Annabelle and I really didn't understand how to handle it. And I called her and asked her for advice, and she gives me the best advice because she's been there, she's done it, she's dealt with it, she's had teenage girls. So
Oh, that's amazing.
I love that. Before I let you go, there was some Bravo breaking news that broke right before you got here.
Oh gosh.
Jax Taylor's leaving the Valley. Do you have thoughts?
Oh, really?
Yeah. I just figured we'd ask you.
Is he leaving the Valley or leaving reality TV altogether?
He said he's leaving the...
away.
Yeah, leaving the valley
from all the things going on in
to
his life.
focus on being a good dad to Cruz. So that's probably a good decision. I feel like yes. I support this decision.
Well, I think it's a good decision because I don't think he'll ever change as long as he's put in the same positions and the same situations over and over. And you know, when you're filming, he's definitely become this character.
Yes.
And he does the same things over, and he has repetitive behavior, and he never really learns, and he doesn't really take accountability. So I feel like if you take him out of that environment and put him in a different one, then maybe he will be able to change. You know.
Yeah.
All right,
Hopefully.
let's hope.
What else do you watch? Are you into sort of the Bravoverse?
Well, because I feel like you
I watch a lot of Forensic Files.
Love that.
I watch all the crime documentaries.
And you've been keeping up with Blake and Justin on Legally Brunette.
Right.
She's having her deposition today, apparently somewhere in New York.
Is that right? You're in New York?
Oh no,
That's why I'm
tomorrow.
here.
Tomorrow,
Yes.
You're deposing her. You and Shane.
I would love to depose her.
Wouldn't that be
What
crazy?
Oh my God, that's a spinoff.
Do you have any sort of overall thoughts on that whole situation as we head into March when the trial's happening? We still have so far to go.
I will tell you, because we do a legal podcast, so we've done a lot of. Here's my takeaway from it. First of all, we did a lot of episodes on Diddy. Now you talk about someone who is a true sexual predator, who has spent over 2 decades being a sexual predator
With receipts and proof.
With receipts, who actually harms women in this entertainment environment. And then, you know, there's other stories about like Jared Leto, who allegedly has had like all these, you know. So then you get to someone like Justin Baldoni, and you're going to tell me that we're going to label this man a sexual predator and ruin his life because he kissed her too long in a scene where she said he went out of character, and there's some birthing situation where she didn't feel comfortable, even though what she says contradicts what is actually shown and what other people say. I'm just saying we're just spending all this time to try to make this man out to be a sexual predator when there are really sexual predators out there.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Well, thank God we have Legally Brunette.
True, because we're going to need it until next March.
Yeah.
I know. Have you been enjoying doing that though with Shane? It's so fun.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. And we've gotten so much positive feedback. It's done really, really well. So, yeah. I mean, people like the banter because it's just an easy, obviously we work well together or we would have been divorced a long time ago. Right. And Shane's witty and he's very funny. So, he, you know, so many people DM me. And they're like, I had to pull over because I was laughing so hard at Shane. I'm like, yes, welcome to my life.
Yeah.
But then, you know, obviously we add in, you know, the legalese too and break it down. And so, yeah, it's fun. It's great.
Oh my God, look at that. We have that. We have Orange County Housewives. You keep us entertained, Emily.
Yes,
I try.
do.
It's great. Thank you so much for stopping by and talking
Thanks
about it.
for having me, guys.